All right, everybody, we're about 2 minutes out, and then we'll get the party started. Just finalizing some things on the audio here. All right, everybody, welcome back to Alphainfinitytech. It's been a while. We are live streaming tonight, and we are in the 318 PTU. That's right. We're going to try messing around in the 318 PTU tonight. And I have the VULTURE, and I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing with it, so you guys are going to kind of learn with me what the salvage dynamic's going to look like, and ultimately that's what we want to do, is see if it's even profitable or not. My initial thought is that it's probably not that profitable, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway, just because I want to do something a little different than cracking rocks. And 318 is bringing a whole new game mechanic with it, and for the very first time tonight, you guys are seeing me on the screen here. I'm waving at you now. I'm going to keep that down the bottom right hand corner for now. I may change locations of my DSLR shot here, but for now we're going to leave things where they're at, and I'm going to go hunt down a multi-tool with a tractor beam. And if for some reason audio's not sounding good to you, let me know in chat. But anyway, welcome back, everybody. And we are also on our 13900K with the RTX 4090, so that's why you're seeing in the performance overlay in the top right, we're pegging the max output for my AverMedia capture card, which is 60 FPS. All right, so let's take a look here. Let's see if we can find ourselves a gadget. Nope, that's not going to work. My understanding is that you have to have I've been told that you absolutely have to have a tractor beam tool. And you can get them anywhere, they said, at almost any refinery. And it does not appear that is located here. So we're going to head upstairs and see if we can get our device upstairs somewhere. But first, let's go ahead and quick buy a Cruise Lux. And let's go stand out here and see if we can get the sustenance thing working. Take the helmet off. Boy, I have a feeling that this instance in the PTU is about to die. But we'll find out. Things are just not acting too well here. All right, 100 and 100. You know what? I'm going to go buy a few more of those and put them on my...
Hi. Good to have you
Actually, I wonder if we can... let's buy these at the console. And let's go up here to miscellaneous. And there's our med pen. It's interesting what they've done in the 318 PTU. You have to, instead of selecting this over here, you actually have to select the item right here. Mine's will buy 10 of those. And here we go. All right. Now that we have that taken care of, I'm going to see if I can find a tractor beam tool somewhere on Arkel 1. I would hate to have to head back to Area 18 just to buy a tractor tool. But my understanding is, with the way that the tractor beam, you have to have it with the Vulture, because it is essentially going to create crates. You have to move the crates around the cargo area when you're salvaging, and you need a tractor beam tool to move those crates around. And if you don't do that, then the crates get stuck in the Vulture, and then there's no more there's no more processing of materials, and there's no more making any money. So I also own the recliner. Oh, great. And there goes. And this is the fun part about playing in the PTU, is I'm seeing a lot of these. So I'm going to submit this crash report. And I'm going to try and do as much as I can in the PTU, but honestly, if it keeps crashing a bunch of times during the stream here, we're just going to go ahead and shut her down. So anyway, if you've joined us and you're in chat, give me let me know you're watching, and I'll give you a shout out on the stream here. We're just going to grab these files real quick. But the PTU is by no means even beginning, at least from my standpoint, to be stable. And I could be wrong. Maybe it's just me, but it sure seems like it crashes out a lot. It freezes up, has a lot of problems. And, I don't think I'm even OC in my machine here. Let's find out. I think we're at a steady 5.8 gigahertz right now. No, we're at 5.9. So I'm going to stick it back on default for now. We won't do anything there. Just kind of rule that out, even though it's a really, really conservative overclock on the processor, 100 megahertz. No big deal. But who knows? Now we're going to head back in, and we're going to attempt to get back into the PTU here. And for those that are joining, welcome. You're seeing me live on the stream for the first time. People requested that I do a camera over the shoulder, so that's what we're doing. And so we'll load back into Star Citizen again and see what we can see. And guys, let me know how the stream quality is. If there are any problems, game audio, voice audio, let me know if anything's out of whack. We'll make some adjustments. Okay, so I was in the EU. I'm just going to select best this time. We'll go back into the Star Citizen universe. Maybe I'll be lucky and I'll still be standing there. Who knows? Another thing about the PTU is it's taking a long time to load. It has been. Sometimes you'll get in, pretty quickly, and other times you'll just sit there waiting at a loading screen. So when they say it's an early test build and not indicative of gameplay, they're not kidding. This is really, I think 318, based on what I'm seeing, is a long way away from release. I don't know if they've announced it. I haven't kept up with that, but just based on the stability I'm seeing here, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it at all. So, all right, let's go ahead and see what we can do here to get this thing to cooperate. But yeah, it takes a long time to load into. It's crashing out all the time. It crashed out on me. Oh, great. Yeah, it crashed out on me just trying to get into the ship inventory. And we'll turn off chat here. We don't need to see all that. There we go. Optimal hydration. So anyway, we're at 3840 by 2160 on our RTX 4090. It would do a lot better than 60 FPS, but they don't make a capture card yet that will do above 60 FPS, and so you're limited to what your capture card can capture, unfortunately. All right, here we go. So now we're back on the main floor. I think we're going to head up to the Galleria. Hopefully the game will cooperate here. And we'll see if we can find a multi-tool with a tractor beam. Because like I said, that's absolutely critical when you're salvaging. And I'm going to search. I don't think it'll be here. I think it might be someplace else, but we'll search here anyway. We'll just make sure, since this is weapons. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be weapons on category here. Unless it's under miscellaneous. Ready meal, yeah. Alright, let's back out of that. And if you happen to know where I can find... Oh boy. If you know where I can find a multi-tool on ARC L1, let me know. They said it was available at every Lagrange station, every Lagrange point, so, or Lagrange point, however you say it. So let's check in here. Ooh, waiting for these menus to load up. My oh my. Yep, not here. It's possible I could have missed it down at the refinery, but you know what? Worst case scenarios, we'll go. And I'm not going to buy any armor. We're going to go down and grab the Vulture, and maybe worst case scenario, head back to Area 18 to find all that stuff. But I thought for sure they said that you could get it everywhere, so we're going to check here first. Have my standard Mac Flex armor on. You know, nothing too crazy here, nothing out of control. Especially with the PTU, with every build that they're doing, they're wiping out anything you buy in the previous build, and you're using money to do that. And so right now, it turns out that if we look at my bank account here in the PTU, it is not sitting so good. Oh, there is 1 million in there now. So I guess I complained about it a little bit earlier, and I do have a little bit of cash on hand, so that's good. And Darth Merkin, welcome. I'm going to go look in the refinery. Oh, and the other thing that's back in the PTU is the elevators will absolutely try to murder you. I have a feeling this is about to crash out on me too. Elevators are no longer working. Now I'm just wondering if maybe I should leave and come back in before it happens. I think that we're going to do that. We're going to exit the menu. And we're going to come back in maybe a little bit more stable PTU here. And I'm just going to adjust the mic here real quick. There we go. Uh-oh. All right, we'll fix that in a minute. And let's see if we can get back into the PTU here. And persistent universe, I'm going to select, let's try the good old US of A. Pray for me. All right, now we got our mic put back together here. And here we are back in the PTU again. So Darth Mark, what we're going to do is we're going to head back down to the elevator here. Oh, see that? Yikes. Back down to the lobby. Oh, man. And like I said, there's just so many structural weird things that are going on in the PTU right now. Like I said, I think they're a ways off. So let's go back down to the refinery deck. And let's see what we got here. And if we can just score a multi-tool and a tractor beam attachment, I think we'll be in better shape. But here we go. Get a little bit better viewpoint in third person here. There we go. All right.
Hi.
Yeah, I see lots of mining consumables here.
Anything you like?
I see equipment rentals. Okay. So we're trying to buy. There we go. Pyro multi-tool. Go ahead and buy one of those. We'll buy 2. Okay, we have a transaction success. And we have an oxyquart. There we go. Now we're in business. Buy 2 of those as well. Okay, perfect. So what we'll do, assuming the game doesn't die on us, we'll go grab the vulture and make sure that we have that inventory on board. And you know what? Maybe I should buy a backpack. Probably the wise thing to do. I might regret it, but let's try it out. So we'll go up here to armor. Yeah, these menus take a long time. Let's go up to armor and let's grab ourselves just a Mac Flex rucksack. Buy 2 of those as well. Don't want to spend too much money here if we don't have to. All right, transats. We got a success there, so we are all armored up. We have our multi-tool, and now we're gonna go grab our vulture. Anyway, the 4090 is doing pretty well in the PTU. You know, we're pegged out at 59 FPS, 58 to 60 anyway. If I weren't running a capture card for streaming, you know, this thing would be hitting 100 FPS. The card is really strong. It's overkill actually for quite a few things out there, but except for maybe Flight Simulator. But Call of Duty, it just slaughters that. You know, Modern Warfare 2. It does really well with Star Citizen for the most part, except with volumetric clouds. And overall, you can see my CPU utilization on this bad boy is running at 0%. Most of the time, it's between 0 and 5. So, you know, it doesn't really spike up. This is not hitting the CPU that hard. And you can see GPU utilization is hovering around 70 to 80%. All right, let's kill chat. And let's go grab our vulture, and we'll take a look at that real quick. I think it's, I actually like the vulture. It's pretty cool. It looks like they did a good job. From a modeling perspective, I don't feel like, you know, you get ripped off there. Okay, why is a Super Hornet here? That's very interesting. There's our Drake Vulture right there. Let's go and get it. Try not to get murdered by the elevators. The VRS is really buggy too. Isn't that great? All right, let's X out of that. Not telling me where it is. Luckily, we have a UI designation for that. Just getting off of these screens is just a... All right, so we are in Hangar 2. So we'll see if we can get on an elevator without dying here. I always like it when the light all of a sudden goes out when you're trying to get on an elevator. Let's go ahead and call up another one too, just in case. But a lot of work to be done in the PTU. Just a lot. I feel like they're a long way away here. But I could be wrong. Alright, Hangar 2. Let's go take a look at our vulture and see what we can see. And I'm going to load up. So here is our cool vulture. I'm going to go up the ladder and show you guys what it looks like from the ladder perspective. It's got a cool ladder that you can climb up here. I think you can enter the cockpit. I thought I saw that in a video. From right here, there's like a sliding glass door. All right, let's go ahead and do that. All right, here's our vulture, guys. And this is kind of what it looks like from the front. Very interesting. So let's make sure we got our inventory under control here. Let's go ahead and put the backpack on them. Let's go ahead and throw a multi-tool and the attachment in the backpack. And you know what? Let's let's go ahead and split this, and we'll grab a cruise lux too. And what we're going to do is we're going to go out to yellow and see if we can find something interesting. But this is the Drake Vulture right here. Very interesting. You can access it from the ramp, but my understanding is you can also open this up, which was not working for me earlier today. Open door. Look at that. All right, enter pilot seat. Let's get in. So you can also go up the ramp and enter that way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize this on my iPad here. For those that are not familiar, I'm using Game Glass on the iPad. The server runs on your gaming host and is trying to connect to it right now. But while we're waiting on that, let's go ahead and power this bad boy up and see what we can see. All right, so you can tell I've been kind of messing around with it. Let's do some maintenance. I guess there is none of that. No service required. Okay. No maintenance for me today. But anyway, with Game Glass, and I know you guys can't see it very well from here, but essentially it's just a UI. And you can put like a flight shard on your iPad, and then you have everything here that you need. And so, for example, we can ask for a request to take off. And let's take a look at the Vulture from the outside. Pretty interesting machine, really. I'm going to leave it right there for a moment. And while I fix my iPad issue. Just a moment. And when we have a few more people on the stream, I'm going to stick a vote out there to see what you guys think about. I mean, is it worth putting another camera angle up here where you guys can see me? But anyway, this is the Drake Vulture. It's new. I believe it's only in 3.18, and we're going to test it out. All right, so let's see. Let me make sure that we have everything bound here. I'm going to go to Controls, Key Bindings, and Advanced Control Customization. And we're going to go to maybe Flight Docking. No, not docking. Not Hail Target. I don't even know what this is. This radar tagging thing right here. What is this? I believe that in here is somewhere is the ability to set your flight so you can hail somebody. So you can ask for permission to take off, for example. It's not under flight, and it's not this either, hail target. Docking, here we go. Nope, this is not invoke docking. Maybe it's under movement. It's really weird wherever they put this. Request landing, here we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna do that from Game Glass. There we go. Now that that's bound correctly, return to game. We're going to select that on the iPad. And that, by the way, is sitting right down here to my left. And hopefully that opens the doors for us. We'll get into an external view. Hey, Austin, what's happening, man? Welcome back. I do have the reclaimer. And Austin, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing at all. So just so you know. I have the reclaimer. It's sitting down at area 18 as we speak. All right, let's see if we can pitch up the nose a little bit so we don't scratch the paint on our brand new Vulture. And here we go. All right, so my understanding is that a decent place to go and hunt for salvage is out by Not by Walla. Not by Illyria. Yeah, for sure. I'd love to do some multi-crew salvage. I'm just trying to figure out if it's worth it, you know? So I'm curious to find out. All right, let's see if we can get there. All right, we're going to spin up our quantum drive here. And there's our beautiful... There's our beautiful Vulture here. And for some reason, I'm not able to see... There we go. Let's get out of here. I believe... Actually, I want to see something real quick. We may not even need to go that far. I think that in the Vulture UI, these little rock-looking things right here are actually salvaged. Later, Austin. Have a good night, man. Good to have you back on. Glad to see you. And so we'll put our little things out here. And notice you got a cinch scraper module and an abrade scraper module. My understanding is that there's not a lot of difference between the two at the moment. So just based on what I'm watching. And let's turn some lights on. Okay, we need to slow way down because there's some salvage right there. We're going to try not to smash into anything. And let's go ahead and decel. Don't know if this is not like an A2, but let's go ahead and check this out. I'm basically going through this process to see what it's like. I haven't done it yet. Okay, so now that we've got valid indicators, let's just get the party started. So ideally you're supposed to be going in a different pattern, and you want to make sure that that number is higher rather than lower. And basically you want to keep it as high as possible because that means you're collecting more. Give you guys an idea what this looks like from the outside. There's our Vulture. We got our lights on and we're salvaging. And essentially you just want to keep moving around and keep that validity indicator on the left and the right as full as possible. So just keep on trucking. And then eventually, and I haven't figured out where yet, but eventually you'll fill up one of these crates and it will tell you that it is full. And you can kind of see just based on the visual indicators what's worth getting and what's not. So now I'm going to switch over to the scraper, the abrade scraper module. Oh, nope, those are... Back the party out a little bit here. So this would be a new gameplay method that I'm kind of interested in looking at, if it's profitable and worth the time. But like I said, you want to keep... It's got to be worth the time. Or else... I mean, if it's not as profitable as mining, then here we go back to mining again. But in the meantime... A new gameplay dynamic is coming in 3.18, and here it is. This is one of them. There's good news with this, and there's bad news. There's a whole new gameplay mechanic, and the bad news is people are going to kill you and salvage your stuff. So that's essentially what's going to happen here. So we're keeping it in the 50% validity range. And at some point in time, it's gonna notify me that we're full if the game doesn't crash first. You'll see that no material. And here we go. Looking pretty interesting so far. And we're just going to keep on moving. And the interesting thing about this is you want to keep moving all the time, you know. So you keep those validity indicators as happy as possible. And that doesn't really matter what kind of pattern you do as long as you keep it moving. And I'm not seeing... Oh, there we go. So I see cargo. So we haven't quite collected one SCU yet. So if you look up above to the left of the crosshair in the middle of the screen, you'll see how much cargo capacity you have. And there's your extraction rate right there. And like I said, I'm just exploring tonight, trying to figure out if this is as fun as mining. And I don't know. It's very interesting. And it looks like this was an old 890 jump. And I'm just trying to figure out how to get this extraction rate up. I want this higher. But once we fill up one of these crates, what we'll do is we'll park, and then we'll go downstairs. I'll show you what the cargo bay looks like. And we will turn our lights back on there. And we'll move a box around with the multi-tool, because I haven't done that in a while either. Okay. So now what you have is filler station obstructed, right? And so here we are. In our vulture, with the gear down apparently. And I'm not exactly sure what the difference is between the red outline and the yellow. I believe it has to do with the density of material, and I think maybe they said red, don't even bother. Who knows? So okay, let's go ahead and get back inside. And let's go ahead and exit the seat. And oh, apparently I got kicked out. I didn't really want to exit the cockpit per se, but whatever. Well, let's just open the door. There we go. I guess I could have gone on the outside of the ship and done it that way too, but I wanted to show you guys what the inside looks like. Here we go. Got a nice little ladder, 2 levels. We're gonna head down to the so what we'll do is we'll hit the eject button here. Oh, and the other thing is you have the ability to create material also. I don't know if you guys see that right there, but I'm not seeing anything here. I'm not seeing a box. And apparently I slipped and fell. My poor guy's having a problem here. Now the eject button is working. All right. I'm not exactly sure what just happened there, but let's see if we can put this thing on our multi-tool. Apparently not. Okay, so there's that. Okay, that's going to go in the storage. Let's try this again. We're supposed to be able to put it right here. Okay, and it looks like it's in there. So anyway, once you have enough of these crates, I'm just going to leave it on auto for now. At that point in time, you come down here and you move the crates with the multi-tool. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. It's not a fun time in the PTU tonight. Let's go ahead and get more stuff. Back into the cockpit here. And notice we don't have that filler station warning anymore. And now we're collecting at 0.4 SCU. Looks pretty good to me right here. There was something really good right there. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it behaves. But thanks, Darth. Appreciate it. No material. So it looks like the red is just bad all the way around, maybe. I don't know. See if we can keep that extraction rate up. You can see I already have a cargo. I mean, if the extent of the salvage gameplay is going to be this, I'm not sure if I'm really down for this. Hoping the game doesn't crash on me here. And look at that, we almost have another box full here. Alright, filler station obstructed. So my understanding is once you get that message, then that is pretty much it. All right, can we get out of the chair? Apparently not. But you see the door was closed and it just reopened. Okay, we'll open the door. Get back inside into artificial grav. And then in we go. Down the ladder. The only thing that's a little bit weird to me is I'm not seeing any crates. We hit the eject button here. Like I'm supposed to be having crates come out of here. Error. Please ensure that the conveyor belt is clear. Looks pretty clear to me. Alright, so the eject's not working. Somebody mentioned there might be some bugs involved here. So I guess we'll go back into the cockpit. And worst case scenarios, I have about another hour here, so maybe we can put the vulture back in the barn. Yeah, it's still saying filler station obstructed. Weird. So let's do this. Let's try going back down there again. Maybe something will appear. Nope, don't want to exit out. Not this time. I caught myself. Not sure why it's showing like I'm still in space. And the multi-tool is not showing anything here to so it looks like in this build, the Drake Vulture is completely now all of a sudden eject works. And then it just disappeared. Oh, yay. All right. Let's go grab a prospector. I think I've seen enough of this. We're going to wait until another build. And let's go ahead and get ARC L1 selected on the map here. because I know we were not very far. There we go. Actually, instead of going back to Arco 1, we're going to do this instead. I'm going to head down to ArcCorp. And we'll grab a prospector down there. Area 18. And we'll see how mining does in 318. Okay, where's my UI indicator for where I'm supposed to be going here? These aren't bugs, they're features. Let's clear that. And still no UI indicator on where I'm supposed to go. Beautiful. So once again, I'm going to reiterate. I think they're a ways off from 318 being released. At least several weeks before the PTU is public. Okay. Oh, there we go, finally. Let's see if we can do something crazy like get into quantum. Can we get into quantum? There we go. So anyway, that's a short look at the Drake Vulture. As you can see, they have things to work on there. And at the very least, this thing needs a new quantum drive. You can see how long it's taken just to get to ArcCorp. But I can see the appeal of the gameplay once they get it fixed. But for now, no bueno. So what we'll do is we'll drop back to ArcCorp, we'll park the Drake Vulture here, and then we'll grab a prospector. I'm not going to do anything crazy like outfitting it with the best quantum drive or anything like that. We're just going to, assuming the game doesn't crash on us, we're just going to grab a prospector. I'll drop into Arco 1. We'll outfit it with a mining head and a module, and then we'll go hunt. And if you guys are watching, make sure you're watching in 4K. We're streaming in 4K, so take advantage of it if you can. I always like seeing a error. See, we have somebody close by here. One other thing that's interesting is quantum takes a long time to get into in the PTU. Very interesting. And if you're hanging out in chat, let me know. All right, here's Area 18. Let's go ahead and get parked here. Increase our velocity. And there's our beautiful Vulture. There's a view of it during the daytime. Incredibly detailed ship. And I believe this is where we park. So we'll come on down here. Got an enemy over there. So we'll accelerate a little bit so we can get... You guys can see, even with volumetric clouds on medium though. And let me back us off a little bit. We're still managing to pull 50, 60 FPS in 4K. So pretty happy overall with the RTX 4090. Really good card. Okay, let's see if we can get a landing spot. Looking good. There we go. Let's see if we can maneuver this beast into a landing bay. You can see the PTU is busy. I mean, there's a lot of people in here. And it's not just because it's Friday night. Pretty much every time I've been in here, it's been busy. All right, let's decel here. Get off the gas. Slow way down. And we're gonna do what we usually do. Oh, we actually have a horizontal landing bay this time. What a deal. Get our gear down. Might be helpful. And we'll just go ahead and pop into the bay here. There's a lot of ship in front of me, so you don't want to run into the wall. How do I know this? Because I've done it already. So we'll just go ahead and set down right about... And it's hard to tell depth here, so we'll just set her down right there. And there she is. Kill the power. And there is our beautiful Drake Vulture. And you guys can see I am not centered on the landing pad. I mean, it was... I might have scraped the paint there if I wasn't careful. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pop out of here. And take the easy way out. And there she is, folks. The Drake Vulture. Brand new gameplay mechanic coming in 3.18. So, we can currently collect, but we can't refine, or we can't process. So, we're going to park the Vulture for the night, and we're going to go do something that we can make money doing. Assuming we don't get murdered by an elevator. Let's find out. And if you're just joining, welcome to Alphainfinitytech. We're live tonight in the PTU in 3.18. It is not stable, but it is doable. So let's see if we can get that ship stored before that guy goes and decides to take it for a ride. Oops. That's not where I wanted to be. I thought I selected the spaceport. Maybe he got off on the wrong spot there. All right, there we go. Let's get to the VRS, or Vehicle Retrieval System. And let's see if we can get this thing parked. Get her in storage, and then we shall grab a prospector and head on out. One thing, the VRS has taken a long time to retrieve your vehicle lists. Not sure why that is. But, okay, there's our Drake Vulture. And when you store it, I'm clicking store. Nothing's happening. This is another beautiful new feature. I'm going to hit store twice. And then I'm going to hit the X. And then I'm going to hit start again. And then we're going to come back into the VRS Fleet Manager. And we're going to give this another shot right here. And hopefully, when we scroll down to the Drake Vulture, it is in a stored state. And it appears that it is. Look at that. It's the little things in life, right? All right. And let's go ahead and I'm trying to hit F2. And it appears as though... There we go. Let's go to the Vehicle Loadout Manager. And I'm just waiting for this to populate. And let's go ahead and head down to the Miss Prospector. Wait for that to disappear. Not sure why that would be in read-only, but whatever. And we're going to go to paints. And we'll put a polar paint on this guy. And as you can see, we have an Arbor MH1 right now, which is fine. We'll pick something up at ARC-L1. And now we're going to go back to the VRS Fleet Manager. And we're going to go ahead and select our Prospector. I have 3 of them. I usually park them at each of one of the stations. So I'll put one out there near New Babbage. I'll put another one out near Crusader. And one out
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Near Stanton. At the appropriate spot. Okay. Man. Alright. Let's go to the hangar elevators. It looks like we're headed to hangar 2. I've noticed that when you're retrieving ships, it always seems to be hangar 2 in the PTU. Not sure why that is. But let's see if we can pay attention here. That's not where we want to go. I want to go to hangar elevators. But anyway, that's just one of the things I've noticed. So the elevators are trying to kill you. You're always in hangar 2. And that appears to be the case at the moment. Alright, let's see what we got. And for those that are just joining, welcome to Alphainfinitytech. We are live tonight in the PTU 318. In the latest build, whatever that may be. And we're just attempting to test things out and see how things are going. We're not only testing out the PTU, we're testing out our new water-cooled build. It's a 13900K with a 4090 RTX. And I have to say that out of all my builds, I've been the most pleased with performance on this guy. The most. So... you can see CPU utilization's running at 1%. You guys are going to notice that for the most part, it's going to be 1 to 5%. So the CPU is not being taxed at all. I believe it's a 24 core box with several E cores. All right, let's get powered up here. And let's check the maintenance to make sure that we don't need anything here on the vehicle maintenance services. And everything is no service required. So we haven't scratched the paint or done anything like that. So now we're going to head out to ARC-L1 just to grab a mining head real quick. And it's going to be a real basic prospector build in 318 with nothing but a mining head and maybe a module or 2. And then we'll make a decision on whether we're going to head down to Lyria or whether we're going to head out to the Belt to make some money. All right, let's get into VTOL mode here. This is our beautiful polar paint on the Prospector. I highly recommend it, especially if you're binding out on Calliope or one of those windy, cold, terrible places. All right, get the landing gear up. Give you guys an external view. Try not to run into any structures. Get out of VTOL mode. And I will back you guys off. And there you go. Nice solid 50 to 60 FPS out here in Area 18. Absolutely gorgeous. So really good on performance overall. And if I weren't running a capture card, we'd be in the hundreds. Okay, so we do have our destination set. We have a really slow quantum drive. Let's go ahead and spool it up. And let's accelerate into the atmosphere here. Get lined up with the sun. And we'll go ahead and let the computer do all the calculations it needs to do. It won't calibrate, of course, until we're ready, but... Oh, and I made a mistake. We need to reallocate power. Everything to the thrusters. There we go. And there we go. So we should start to calibrate here. There's calibration. And there's quantum drive. When I tell you guys in 318 that you got to hold down that B button for quantum drive, you really do. I mean, it takes a while. I'm used to those faster quantum drives, and let me tell you, it is, it takes a while. And if you guys like the stream, please give me a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. And here we go. Out to RKL1. We'll pick up a mining head. And then we're going to go see what we can see. Okay, we'll recalibrate. Yeah, when you have a third world quantum drive in your prospector, those cooldowns are painful. Holding down that B button. That didn't work that time. Let's try it again. We'll recalibrate. Holding down B again. There we go. Man, it takes a long time. And I'm going to check on one thing real quick. And put you guys back here. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix something real fast. Okay, back to the game here. Let's go ahead and slow it down. And let's reorient to RKL1. And we'll pop down to the refinery deck real quick, and then we will Make sure our prediction indicator is where it's supposed to be. We'll speed up here to bleed off some time. And let's make sure we have power allocated between the shields and the engines. There we go. Just using game glass to do that. And we'll just go ahead and decel on our own here. All right, now that we got all that taken care of, let's go ahead and ask for a place to land. Hopefully we're close enough, but if we're not, that's all right. I just refuse to mine with an arbor. I'm snotty like that. All right. There's been so many problems with mining density from one build to the next or one version to the next. I'm curious to see how things are looking out there tonight. So let's go ahead and get into VTOL mode. Let's go ahead and hover. Let's decrease our max velocity down so we don't do anything crazy. We'll roll over here and fix our orientation, and then we'll come in nice and easy. There's our beautiful prospector right there. Still by far my biggest money maker in the game of Star Citizen. Orientation still not right. I guess I was right the first time. Here we go. And we'll set her down nice and easy. Right on the deck here. Well, not my best landing. Alright, kill the power. Let's go ahead and hop on out. And we'll grab a Lancet MH1. One nice thing now is that you can just exit the ship. At least there's, I don't remember there being a UI option just to do that. You don't have to open the door and then exit or jump out. There we go. Really smooth gameplay though out here at the refineries. So what we'll do is we'll hit the lobby, we'll hit the refinery deck, we'll outfit our prospector with a Lancet MH1 and a module or two, so we'll go ahead and get it stored now, so hopefully it's stored by the time I get back. Humble Monk, what's up, man? How's it going? Welcome back to the stream. Humble, have you tried out any of the salvage stuff yet? I did, and earlier on the stream we did not have any luck, and it was really, we had luck finding stuff, we had luck collecting stuff, but we didn't have any luck processing it. Seems like there's a bug right now. At least in this current build. Maybe they'll fix it. Okay. Down to the refinery deck we go here. And I know you guys... Oh, there's an elevator trying to murder me tonight. Let's try that again. There we go. It's interesting because I know that if you drop into that black void, you're probably going to die. But, so that's why I try backing out and then coming back to it. Give you guys an outside view here. All right. Yeah, it's humble. I loaded up the Vulture in 318 here, and not looking so good right now. All right. Let's just grab a few basic necessities here. And if you guys have watched my prospector video, then you know what I'm going to do here. Okay, let's wait. There we go. Select system is never a good thing. Okay. So that is appearing slowly. Let's try loading that up again. It doesn't seem to be cooperating. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and wait for the inventory here. And we're going to go to utility. And let's go to mining laser heads. And we'll grab a lancet. And once again, you can't click here in 318. You have to click over here. And then notice it pops up, right? Kind of weird. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and buy one. Because who knows, they may release another build tomorrow. And between builds, you're not retaining inventory on heads or modules. At least I haven't been. Some people claim to be, but once again, you can't click right here. You have to select over here. And so we'll buy a Brant and an Optimum and possibly... There's the Optimum and a Stampede. And we'll just call it a day with those three for now. Because as you guys know, they don't want you buying Surge modules anymore at Arc L1. Don't know why that decision was made, but there is no Surge. And just to be sure, Surge, nada. Okay. So we have our modules. We have our mining head. We'll back off here. It's just really weird how the UI is playing games with me on the.
We've been noticing leaks in processes.
And make sure you guys are watching in 4K. And notice that we have a camera looking over my shoulder for the first time. Hello, everybody. As a matter of fact, I'm going to turn on a fan in this room. I'm going to get up in just a minute. Because it is about... The water-cooled machine's running at 40 degrees Celsius, and it's heating up the office here. So, okay, call elevator. Come on, elevator. It says it's been called. It's another feature in 318. Elevator's not working too well. Let's try this again. Elevator called. Let's try this one over here. Maybe this one won't cooperate with us today. Elevator called. Never a good sign. Says it's in the refinery. There we go. Finally. Now will it let us out? There we go. Alright, let's go and outfit our prospector. You guys know I'm not doing anything crazy with mining suits. I'm not getting into the normal suits like I normally would. It's just real basic stuff because, like I said, in the PTU, you are losing everything pretty much between builds. So let's go down and scroll down to our prospector. It's not locked. That's a great sign. Go to utility. Let's select this. Let's put in the Lancet and save changes. And then we're going to go with the Brant in slot 1. We'll do Optimum in slot 2 and Stampede in slot 3. I would normally run with a Surge and maybe something else, but interesting how it's showing all this stuff as, and we know the Arbor only has 2, so that's another UI is outfitting your ship can be hit and miss. Let's just go back in real quick because I don't want to load it up if I don't have to and find out we don't have the right stuff. So we'll go back in, wait for that ship inventory to load up in the VRS, select our prospector, and we'll just make sure that, yep, there is all our stuff. So the Lancet's here. The Brant, I know it shows that it's empty. All our sub-item slots are empty, but you notice that in use, it says 1. So I'm assuming that it's all here. Another feature in 318. All right. Let's go ahead and call our prospector up at the VRS here.
To the ASAP
And-
vehicle retrieval system.
All right, scroll down.
Vehicle selected.
There's our vehicle being retrieved. We'll wait until it gives us a hangar
Your
assignment.
vehicle has been delivered to the following
Another
location.
feature of 318. May not do that. So we'll actually see this. Thank you for visiting. Your ship will be waiting at.
Please visit
Just
your
so much is broken.
Bye.
All right. And once again, hangar 2, as always. And what we're going to do here is it's getting a little hot in the office here. So I'm going to go stand outside of the prospector, give you guys a nice glamour shot of that. If the game doesn't crash, that is. And then there we go. We'll back off this. We'll give you a nice view here. And I'm going to stand up for a moment, turn on the fan in the room, and then I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, and I'm back. Making sure the office is staying hospitable here. So we've requested to enter the ship, so we'll let it take its sweet time deploying the ladder here. And get the inner door open, maybe? Perhaps? Possibly? I'm stuck. There we go, finally. Alright. And let's see if we can get in the seat here. Enter the pilot seat. And we'll just check and make sure that we have all of our stuff on board. Alright. Let's power up. Alright, here we go. Deploy the mining head. Let's make sure. Lancet MH1. I don't know. I'm not seeing any mining modules loaded up. So maybe that's another fun bug. We don't have to have them. It's just a nice to have. Okay. Might as well head down to Lyria. So my advice to those on the stream is maybe, you know, if you have access to the PTU, you know, stay away from it for a while. It's just, things are just a little bit too weird at the moment. And my hope is that at some point in time, there's a salvage right there in front of the dock. Man, my hope at some point in time is that they can fix all this stuff, and I'll be able to report back to you guys that things are wonderful, but as of right now, not looking so great. Holding down that B button. There we go, finally. So there's our beautiful prospector. Running the white polar paint. And we don't have a quantum drive or anything special loaded on this thing. The only thing I have on here right now is the Lancet MH1. Even though the modules were showing loaded in use in the UI, they are apparently not here. So at least the Lancet is, and we can pretend like we're brand new miners. We're just going to head out and see if we can find a rock to work on tonight. At least one. I will give it this though. The PTU has been stable, knock on wood, for the last hour or so. So that's a good thing. And I am playing in the good old US of A. Yeah, Humble, I was thinking about hitting the belt, but we'll spend a little bit of time on Lyria before we give up and head out to the belt. How's the mining been lately? I haven't tried in a while, so I'm curious to get your feedback on that. Mining in general. Not necessarily on Lyria, but in the belt. Profitable, not profitable. Dense, not dense. Okay, here we go. Coming into our court. Alright, let's go ahead and move over here. Alright. Off to Lyria we go. So we'll try out Lyria first, and then we'll move on. And we're going to give old Sal 5 a shot first. Assuming it's on the light side of the moon, no reason to mine the dark if we don't have to. Holding down that B button once we get calibrated here. Spooling's complete, calibration's complete. Hold down B, still holding down B. There we go. Finally getting some cooperation out of our prospector tonight. So Humble, you've been out doing some Thargoid hunting in ED, huh? Looks like this one's going to be in the dark. Alright, let's see if we can find something that's a little bit more hospitable here. There's spell 12. Let's see what we got here. Maybe Sal 2. Let's pop over there real quick. Yeah, probably not going to be far enough, but hey, we'll give it a shot anyway. And here we go. Holding down that B button, then finally we get some response out of it. Still in the dark. Let's see what we got here. Let's try spell 12. Waiting for calibration to happen. Holding down that B button. Still holding down that B button. Wow. And let's skip the club music. Head back to some cinematics here. There we go. We'll see if we can find some favorable geography here. Okay, mountain range is straight ahead. And let me get my scanning stuff set up here, because I had not done that yet. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get out of the atmosphere here. Try not to crash into anything. Beautiful day on Lyria today. And let me go back here real quick. I have something screwed up. See if we can find something here. Yeah, no, it says the modules are equipped, but when I look up here and when I deploy the mining head, it says nothing's available. Humble, we've been traveling a lot, been doing a lot of stuff for work. Been super busy lately, so not as much time, unfortunately, for Star Citizen, but hopefully things will be cooling off here so we have more time for that. Okay, let's do this. I know what we're missing here. And it does not appear as though my key bindings are working. Yeah, unfortunately, this scan angle is not working out for me. Gonna have to fix that. So I'm not able to change the skin angle. Left alt mouse wheel up, yep. Can't even bind it. Wow. Let's go back in here and do this. Yeah, it's not even detecting it. Not detecting the mouse wheel at all. That sucks. All right. Yeah, once again, the PTU is just not working out. But there's some Quantanium right there. Let's see what we got here. Not a bad rock. We'll break it. So we got a 3215. The instability was in the 6 range. But none of my mining modules are equipped. Not working, inoperative. Well, first rock we found is a decent rock. I'll take it. Now if I can just break it. All right, there we go. Let's see what we got. All right. And for those that are just joining, we're having a beautiful day on Luria today in the PTU. That's a 15%. %. That one's already a purple. Very interesting. %, inert, 8% quantanium. Wow. Looks like we got a lot underneath the ground here. %. Well, I guess we'll just start on this one for now. See if maybe we can get some stuff moved out of the way here. No Brant, no Optimum, nothing to help me out. So it's just a Lancet MH1, a Prospector with no modules, no shields. Worth talking about. No quantum drive. Just a pretty fairly stock Prospector besides the mining head here. Oh. That jumped really fast into the red. Wait until that overcharge bleeds off here. Just barely putting it in 5%. We're still jumping in. And of course, it's been a while since I've been on a mining head, so it's going to take a little bit of time, but we'll get it. Boy, when it jumps into the overcharge, though, it jumps in fast. Brant would be really nice to have right now. Come on. Oh, just right there. Just right there. There it goes. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. Here it goes. It's gonna happen. Oh, it didn't happen. How is that possible? Just bouncing all over the place. It's gonna happen though. We're gonna get there. Oh, there we go back into the overcharge. Playing around with the mouse a lot. Just trying to keep us in the optimal at the bottom. Because when it jumps into the red, it jumps in fast. Alright, let's go. We're going to get it this time. This fragment is going home with us one way or the other. Right there towards the end, and it messes with you. Tries to get you to jump into the overcharge. Okay, it looks like it's done, right? There we go. Okay, do we have a fragment? Yep, there's a big fragment right underneath the... See if we can get a laser on this, see what the composition looks like, because the rest of the rock's not looking so great. Anyway, for those that have joined us, we're in the 318 PTU. 48% quartz and inert. Wow. I feel like I got catfished on this rock. It was showing in the 6% on instability. Alright, I guess we're going to do this one next. So is Humble, is ZD still pretty busy? Do they have any huge developments coming out in the next year or so? Any big releases? All right, let's see if we can get into the optimal range here without pushing too much energy into this fragment. Because see, it looks like it's really stable, and then boom, it jumps into the optimal, and then you're in the overcharge before you know it. Try and keep our prospector still here. Oh, there we go. Looking good. Okay. Almost went into the overcharge. Stayed out, though. Still haven't managed to get a couple of those flight sticks yet. So it's all mouse and keyboard for me. I'm just not doing a bunch of enough combat to justify the VULTURE setup. Okay, there goes that. You can see the amount of latency that it takes, though. That rock to split. Okay, that one's quartz and inert. 8% quantanium. We're just not going home with very much money tonight. Not in the PTU, anyway. Look how long it's taken to come back with a scan. Quartz. 43%. Okay, let's make sure there's nothing else to crack here before we... Still waiting on composition to come back. Wow. That takes a long time. Look at that. Look how long that takes to come back. I've noticed that by going into laser mode and extraction mode, that tends to help if it gets stuck, but don't recommend the PTU at the moment, folks. Okay. We're going to pick up a lot of junk tonight. Okay, we'll start with that one. And we'll pick up our 40% fragment over here. Oh my, we're up to almost 2 SCU now. I guess we'll go for the 8 one too. Why not? We're definitely not getting rich in the PTU tonight. Wow. I know, Monk. It's definitely trolling me. Didn't see this piece sitting underneath here. 87% inert, not worth taking anyway. That was... We looked at that guy already. Not seeing the right number go up on that one. You know, Humble? Probably should have gone to the belt. But you guys can see how bad the performance is. Things are just lagging way behind. All right, let's see if we can pick up one more fragment here, and then we'll bug out. I don't get too excited about this anyway, just because anything that I collect in the PTU will be wiped out within a day or two anyway. Maybe a week at the most. There's a nice little piece right there. Nicer, and I say that with a little bit of sarcasm. Okay, the rest of this is 21%. Might as well bust this one up real quick. We got plenty of time on our critical. And then we'll scoop this up, and then we'll head back to the barn. Just keeping it in the green. That's what it's all about, right? Bust this guy up, collect, run. Almost there. Doing great on our timer. And we're going to get impounded anyway, so. All right. Nothing coming out of that one. I'm just watching that Quantanium raw collection occur. And last but not least. Alright, we pulled a total of 5 SCU. We're big time now. Alright, let's run back to the barn before we blow up. Okay. Get spun up with our nice slow drive here. Spool up. Well, don't recommend mining in the PTU either at the moment. Not a profitable endeavor. So if you guys have been watching the whole time, we've been out doing some salvage with the Vulture, and of course we've also been out with a very basic prospector, lightly outfitted with just a Lancet MH1 mining head, no modules. We tried to install them, wouldn't work out. And just to name a couple of things in the PTU that are going on, performance is terrible, and I'm not talking about frame rates. I'm talking about when you hit the VRS, it takes a long time for the menu to load. When you're going shopping, it takes time for the menus to load. The elevators are trying to murder everybody again. Not rendering any floor sometimes. The Vulture is inoperative. It is not processing what you collect. So it's supposed to spit out a crate full of stuff to sell, and it's not doing that at the moment. So you can't prospect in the Vulture at the moment. At least I can't. Some people say it works, some people say it doesn't, but I haven't had any luck. So you're able to collect your salvage, and then it's supposed to process it and put it in a crate, spit the crate out. It's the processing part that's not happening at all. The ship inventory system does appear to be inoperative at the moment. So when you try to load modules, it shows that they're not loaded, even though they are showing to be in use. So, for example, I only had one prospector. The modules were loaded in the prospector. I hit save. The slot's showing empty. And obviously, you guys saw the mining head when it was deployed. The modules are not there. And then when you're actually mining, the rocks are taking a long time to respond. So once you get the energy level up to the top, they take a while to break. Scanning is hit and miss. It appears as though if you go from extraction mode back into laser mode, it might work for you. But scanning is not great. Lots of people in the PTU, so I don't know how frustrated they are, but there's just a lot of things going on that are currently not working well at the moment. So my advice to all my viewers is stay in the PU. Continue building your wealth there. My understanding is that they're going to do a player wipe. And so your reputation might remain, but you might lose all your non-purchased items. So anything that you didn't pledge for will be gone. And you're going to start out with, if you have a fortune in the PTU right now, you're not going to have one when they release 318. So basically they're doing a wipe. But fear not. I do believe, based on what I'm seeing in the PTU today, that we are a ways off from a full release. So my hope is that they would... My hope is that they wouldn't try to miss that asteroid there. My hope is they would not release in this current state, because it is really not in good shape. Now, for those that are wondering what all these symbols are all around the place, those are derelict ships that are salvageable. Okay, there goes my VULTURE cargo warning. So we're not gonna bother calling ATC and trying to plant this thing in a hangar. All we're gonna do is we're just gonna go get impounded. So we're gonna decel very quickly, and hopefully the ship storage system works. So I'm gonna hit the brakes here and deploy the landing gear, get into VTOL mode. And we're just going to go park right in front of this hangar. And I'm going to get impounded, is my hope, in time. And I think we're doing okay on time, but hey. So we'll just go snuggle up right here and wait for that impound warning. No impound warning yet. There we go. And what we'll do is we'll kill the power. And the reason we're doing this is because I'm just going to assume that since the PTU is in not the greatest shape right now, that it's still going to have the bug where if you park your prospector and jump out, it might start dancing around the hangar. And with Quantanium in the hold, that's always a bad thing. So with 5 seconds left, we'll go ahead and kill the power. 8, 7, 6, 5. Oh, so Hummel's saying it's going to be a full wipe. So basically anything that you didn't pledge for is going to be wiped out. If you pledge for ships and armor and things like that, you'll still have that, but everything else is going to be done. So there we go. We're just waiting on the impound to occur. There we go. All right. And ship should already be stored, so we'll just run down to the refinery here. We'll get a work order going, which I'm sure I'll lose. There's only 5 SCU anyway. The elevator floor showed up this time. That's always a winner. And if you guys don't mind, give me a thumbs up on the stream here. Let me know either in the comments of the video or in chat how the stream quality is. You should be watching in 4K. We're uploading in 4K, so. And we are on our new gaming rig. So it's the RTX 4090 on a 13900K, which is currently water cooled. Pump is pushing 367 liters per hour around that processor to keep it nice and cool, chilled. And I haven't seen it go above 41 degrees Celsius, not once. So that's great. But as you can see, our CPU utilization is running at 1%. So it's not doing a whole lot. All right. Let's go ahead and get our refinery job going here. And let's see how this is working. Okay, it knows that we have refinable stuff in our prospector. You guys are going to laugh when you see what I collected here. There we go. And we'll do dinks. And we have a total of 525. Yikes. Get a quote here. Gonna have $4.99 afterwards. It'll take a day. Confirm. And have a nice day. There we go. So, folks, tonight, this was the PTU 318. We tried to do some salvaging in the VULTURE. If you guys want to see that tonight, you can rewind it. take a look at it.
Hazmat team to head down to
And
the
then we
subsector
took the
and
trusty old
collect them.
prospector out and tried to bring a rock home with us. And in the meantime, let's see if the inventory system's working properly. So we're going to take our helmet off here. No. We're really going to take our helmet off here. There we go. And I'm going to take this drink. Can't put it in his hand. Nice. All we can do is drop it.
Management just wanted to make a general announcement to
That's
check
it.
your valve settings.
Do we
We've
see it
been
on the
noticing
ground?
leaks in
Nope.
processes.
So, needless to say, inventory system. Let's split it out. Cannot put it in his hand at the moment. That's terrible. Alright. Let's move to a different location. Try and put it in his hand again. Still not able to equip the cruise lugs. So I'd say that the inventory system is not operative either in 318. Not doing well. Hit and miss. So anyway, folks, that is the stream for tonight. I'm not going to spend a lot more time in the PTU. We'll be streaming again next week. And I'm going to go back into the PU and do some more mining, mess around out there. Maybe do some bounty hunting. Working on another video right now on a nice bounty hunting rig that I've been killing bad guys with in the PU. And so that should be out in the next week or two. And in the meantime, I want to say goodnight to everybody. Thank you for joining. We're not doing a monumental 9-hour stream tonight. It's just going to be a few hours. But I want to thank everybody for being here. And Tom, great to have you back, my friend. Thanks for joining. Humble, Vlad, Bexar Brown, all of you, please hit that notification button on the channel so you guys are notified when we do new streams. And Darth Merkin, thanks for hanging out with us tonight, man. Glad to have you on. And in the meanwhile, we will see you guys again soon. And everybody have a good night. And we'll talk to you again soon.